Previously on Home and Away.
Stop! I didn't do anything. Get off me!
Daria Hennessy, I'm arresting you and taking you into custody on suspicion of fraud.
So I pretend to be someone's long-lost daughter. Big deal. It's not like anyone got hurt.
I don't think John Palmer would agree with you.
I was just having a bit of fun.
If you're willing to go to those extremes for fun, I wonder what else you've been lying about. For instance, your statement in the Penn Graham case.
What has that got to do with anything?
A lot, when your ex-lover happens to be the key witness in the case and goes missing before the trial day.
So, what are you saying? You think Will killed Penn?
What do you think?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
We would, but we've no idea where he is.
Well, I can't help you. So if you're both done giving me a hard time, I'd like to go home. You can't keep me here for no reason.
That didn't go as well as I'd hoped.
Do you think she's telling the truth?
I think Daria Hennessy, the artist formerly known as Shandy Palmer, wouldn't know the truth if it poked her in the eye. Will Smith recants his statement and goes on the run, then his ex-girlfriend turns out to be an imposter. Either it's a coincidence, and unless I'm reading Charles Dickens, I don't like coincidences. Well, she knows more about the murder than she's letting on.
Well, the problem is she's right. We haven't got enough to charge her. And the clock's ticking. We lost so much time going to that motel room. So unless we come up with something substantial, we're going to have to let her go.
The minute we do, she'll pull a Will Smith and vanish. No, we need to do whatever it takes to keep her here and the pressure on.
John Palmer gave us some money the last time she was in town. I mean, that could be enough for a fraud charge. I can make some calls, see what we come up with.
Do it.
I'm sorry to be putting you through this again. I know Daria Hennessy can't be an easy subject.
You and Detective Robertson are making it hard for me to forget her. Look, I didn't give her much. A couple $100. It's not like she cleaned out my account.
Okay, but did you have any records? Transfer record, check stub?
Paid her in cash. But she did use some of it to pay a bill at the caravan park. They might have a record.
Okay, well, great. That could be enough to charge her and keep her overnight. All right, we'll be in touch. Thank you.
You wouldn't be over here this late if this was just about her taking me for a ride. You don't think she's somehow involved in Penn's murder, do you?
Look, I can't discuss that. But, I'll be in touch. Like I said, thank you. Bye, Xavier.
See ya. Morning. Did you enjoy your night in the cells? If you ask me, they're overrated. Cold, drab little rooms, awful. Now, prison, it's a whole different story. Room to run around and the people, wow, you're gonna love it. Lamington?
You think this is a joke? You can't treat people like this. There is no way that I'm going to prison and you won't get a conviction over a couple $100.
True, Sergeant Buckton has gone out on a limb. But whilst we're out there, let's talk about your rather colourful history, shall we? Now, what do we have here? A conviction for theft and a string of complaints from men who were seduced by you and later found themselves relieved of certain personal items. Cash, laptop computers, watches.
So you hooked up with Will Smith to rip him off too?
He's not exactly a millionaire, in case you didn't notice.
I wouldn't know. He's not my type. Far too flighty. Though I'm fairly certain he owned a car, a watch.
I didn't want his stuff. I don't care what your stupid file says. I'm no con woman.
You're a convicted thief.
I shoplifted once and I paid the price for it. That's it.
What about all these other complaints?
It's not my fault if men are attracted to me or that they're careless with their stuff.
True, the police weren't able to charge you, but, as my dear old granny used to say after the third scotch, the past has a nasty habit of catching up to you, and it seems yours comes in the shape of a combi van.
Your ex reported his van missing several months ago. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
No.
Interesting. Because the lovely gentleman who gave you a lift to the bay last year, Angelo Rosetta, is willing to testify that said combi van was in your possession when he picked you up. Now, you are aware that stealing an automobile is a serious offence.
And given the fact that you've already got a charge against you and you're clearly a flight risk, I'd say chances of bail are pretty slim.
Long story short, you're not going anywhere, which gives us ample time to get to the truth about Penn Graham and your good self.
What? I already told you the truth.
Well, seeing as everything else you've said has been a lie, you know what I think? I think you romance Penn Graham, just like all the others, hoping to swindle him out of something, cash most likely. The difference here is he found out, didn't he? And I'm guessing he wasn't too happy about it. So to shut him up, you killed him.
That's crazy. I didn't kill anyone. I could never.
As far as I'm concerned, there's every possibility that you're a murderer.
And if my hunch is correct, you're not a very thorough one. I wonder what we'll find when we search that caravan of yours. Miss Anderson, take a seat. Has some time alone helped you come to your senses? Owning up to murder can't be easy, but I'd get a wriggle on if I were you.
I didn't kill anyone. You can leave me here all week. That's not going to change.
Okay, then. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? You met Penn Graham the night of his murder at Angelo's, correct?
From a distance, I've told you this already.
True, but I also love the sound of my own voice. Now, did you go up to his room at the Sands by any chance?
No.
So, for instance, you couldn't tell us what his room looked like? The colour of the walls, perhaps?
Are you deaf? I wasn't in his room. I've never been to any of the rooms.
Interesting. You should really try it there sometime. Lovely hotel, the Sands, apart from the odd corpse lying around, of course.
I'll take your word for it.
Mind you, their housekeeping isn't always the best. I expect it's hard to find good staff these days. We found all sorts of things on the floor of Penn Graham's suite. Blood, a tourist brochure for the Big Abbey, sequins. Are you a fan of sequins, Miss Hennessy?
Yeah, they're okay, I guess.
Come on, don't be modest. I'm sure you'd look lovely in sequins. Don't you think, Sergeant Buckton?
Should be dressed to kill.
Nice. Because as a matter of fact, we found a lovely skirt with sequins in your very caravan. This is yours?
I don't know.
We found it in your caravan and it's in your size.
Well, you must be mistaken, Sergeant Buckton, because there are some sequins missing on this skirt, and they're the exact same colour, shape and size as the sequins we found in Penn Graham's hotel room the morning after his murder. And Miss Hennessy here denies ever being in that room. Unless, of course, she's lying to us, but she wouldn't do that, would she? Not after we've become so close.
Okay, so I went to his room.
You should try telling the truth more often. Does wonders for those forehead wrinkles. Now tell us, why did you kill him?
I didn't kill him.
Why lie about going to his room then?
Because you might have thought that I killed him.
Yes, well, that's always a risk when you've stabbed someone to death.
I went to Penn's room, but not on the night that he died.
And we're back to lying again.
Okay, so what night was it?
Well, I can't remember exactly. A couple of days before he died, maybe. We ran into each other at the beach and we got talking, we sort of connected. He was interesting. One thing led to another and we went back to his room for some fun.
But I thought you were seeing Will Smith.
Well, this is before Will came to town. I only stayed for a couple of hours and then I left.
Did you see or speak with Penn Graham again?
Well, at Angelo's the night that he died, I saw him from a distance, but I didn't speak to him.
And during your assignation with Penn, did he let anything slip about his state of mind or Alf Stewart or the good people of Summer Bay?
I can't remember what we talked about.
Do you have any witnesses who can back you up? Anyone who saw you talking to him at the beach or enter or leave the hotel room on that day, the day whose precise date you can't remember?
I don't know. You'll have to ask around. I can't remember.
Did anyone see you wearing the skirt with sequins?
I don't know.
Can anyone verify your whereabouts the night Penn Graham was killed?
I don't know, but I definitely didn't kill him.
OK, then. If you say so, that's all right, then. Can you please release Miss Hennessy? Just kidding.
I'm sorry for not telling you about me and Penn, but last time I checked, hooking up with a guy wasn't a crime.
It is to withhold information from the police.
Well, then charge me with that. I'll pay my fine and I'll go home.
The problem is you only told us that because we caught you out in a lie before. Why on earth should we believe this version?
Because it's the truth.
You sure? You don't want to change your story, have another stab at it? Sorry, bad choice of words.
Look, I was confused. But what I've just said, that's what's really happened. I'm not lying. Do I honestly look like the sort of person who would be able to stick a fishing knife into Penn Graham?
How did you know he was killed with a fishing knife?
You told me.
I said he was stabbed. I didn't mention a fishing knife.
I don't know. I must have read it in the paper or something.
No, we never issued that piece of information to the press.
Miss Hennessy, is there anything you'd like to tell us?
I don't have anything more to say.
Miss Hennessy.
I don't have anything more to say.
Is it just me, or does this story write itself? Not only were you one of the last people to see Pen Graham alive, you admitted you were in the room where he was killed. What happened, Daria? Did he force himself on you and you had to fight back? Did you go to swindle him and it all went wrong? Was he jealous of you and Will Smith? Or did he just want to get a hand on your sequins and you couldn't let them go? We can establish opportunity, we can establish motive, anyone will do, and that's enough to charge you with murder. You can sort the rest out in the courts. Who knows, you might get lucky, maybe. Unless, of course, there's something you haven't told us.
Daria, if you're worried about your safety, we can protect you.
I don't have anything more to say.
If you're protecting Will Smith, you shouldn't bother. We'll catch him eventually, and chances are when we do, he'll drop you straight in it. You should have seen how quickly he shopped Alf Stewart when he had a little pressure applied to him. Imagine what he'll say about someone like you. You have a history of fraudulent and manipulative behaviour. You've hindered a police investigation, admitted to a sexual relationship with the deceased and are a suspect in his death, resisted arrest, lied several times during the course of this interview, displayed in-depth knowledge of the crime and treated your sequence in a totally irresponsible manner. An innocent man's life is at risk, Daria. Now is the time to tell us what you know.
Could I speak to a lawyer, please?
Daria.
I don't want to say anything till I speak to a lawyer.
So what do we do now?
Let her stew for a bit. Her lawyer can explain how bad things are for her.
And do you really think she killed Pen?
She's definitely in the room. She described the weapon. Whether she actually did it, that's another matter altogether.
You realise with the current backlog, it could be a couple of weeks before we get the DNA results back on this.
In the meantime, we have three possible murderers: Daria Hennessy, Will Smith, and our good mate Alf Stewart, or a combination of the above. The only way we can get anywhere fast is if we can play off all three against the other. We need to find Will Smith.
Well, it's easier said than done when the trail's gone cold.
As strange as it may seem, I have faith in you, Sergeant.
Will, it's me again. Love, I haven't heard from you for a while. I am really worried about Lily. Look, I've got her medication. Just tell me where you are and I'll come get you. Please, love, just ring me.
Hi, Irene.
Oh, hi, love. You don't look so good. You all right?
Oh, I'm all right. What about you? How are you?
Just waiting to hear from Will. The longer he leaves it, the less hope I've got for him.
Well, that must be hard for you. You know, you put your trust in someone and you believe in them and then they turn around and let you down.
I don't think Alf's going to talk to me again, ever. But it's Lily that breaks my heart. She shouldn't be caught up in all of this.
Well, Will loves his daughter. He'll look after her. Just might take some time before he realises that means bringing her home.
Yeah, well, he'd better get a wriggle on, because I'm telling you now, she was getting crook before they took off.
Well, Will would take her to the doctor if she needed it, wouldn't he?
I hope so, love. I really hope so.
You're cold.
Come lay with me. I'll keep you warm.
I wish Mum were here.
I do too.
I'm scared.
Everything's gonna be okay. I'm gonna find a place. It'll be great. Maybe get a puppy dog. What do you think about that?
When am I gonna get better?
Soon. I promise.
April? Is that you? Hello? Hello, who's there? Who's there? Yeah, hello, police. I'd like to report a rob. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to worry you, but don't worry.
Okay, Lily, it's time to move.
My throat's so sore.
I know it is. Look, I promise you, as soon as we get up the coast, I'll find you a doctor, okay? Okay, we've got to move, okay? Let's go. Come on. Almost there, Pumpkinhead. You can have a rest, eh? How's that sound? All right, come on then, let's go. Lily. Lily? Lily? Lily, speak to Dad, Lily. Irene, it's me. I need help. She's burning up, but she can't stay awake. What do I do? Tell me what to do. Irene, I'll be here soon. And when she does, you can just have the medicine. We'll just jump in the car, okay? Here she is.
Where is she?
It's over here. Thought you were going to come.
I had to drive around in circles to make sure I wasn't being followed.
Hey, where's the antibiotics?
Oh, my God. Well, she needs a damn sight more than antibiotics. Oh, she's burning up. I'm telling you now, she needs to be in hospital. She should be seeing a doctor.
I can't risk that.
Hold that. Come on, sweetheart. It's only me, darling. That's a good girl. You take that. Well, what is going on?
Robertson wanted someone for the murder. He didn't care who.
How could you do that?
Panicked. I didn't know my statement would be enough to charge him.
What? Alf could go to jail.
That's why I told Morag it was a lie. I thought she could stop it.
Well, she can't stop it. Only you can stop it. You have to come back with me, Will, and tell the truth.
I can't. Can't go to jail. Can't do that to Lily. Please, just help us.
You can't keep using Lily as an excuse. Alf could go to jail. Gypsy is beside herself with worry, and all I'm hearing is how scared you are. Well, why don't you come with me, love? I can help you. I can support you through this. Come with me. Tell the cops the truth. Tell them that you felt bullied into making a statement. The punishment can't be that bad.
I've already told them one lie, Irene. Why would they believe me again?
Then let me take Lil.
No. Everything I've done for her.
Well, then do this for her too, Will. Let her get well. Let her have a life, a real life.
All right. I'll let you take Lily. But you gotta let me go, Irene. It's the last thing I'll ever ask of you. Thank you.
Please, look, why don't you come with me? Robinson's got Shandy Palmer in custody now. And it's not Shandy Palmer, it's some imposter.
What?
Yeah, he caught her this week. Love, she could have done it. If she confesses, it means that your statement's irrelevant. Well, what? What is it?
Nothing. Doesn't matter.
Police, please.
Next week on Home and Away.
What's happened to Dad?
Your dad's down at the police station.
Why couldn't you just let him go? He didn't do anything wrong.
It's too late.
It's never too late to make
The confession.
Whatever you tell us now will determine the rest of your life.
Tell us where you dumped the body.
Is he really the killer? Or was it his lover?
Are you suggesting they paid you to deal with him?
Only the truth will set our free. But that's just the start of bigger things to come. The bad boys are nearly here.
Keep your brother away from my daughter.
Home and Away continues Monday at 7. And you can see a sneak peek of the boys, plus catch up on episodes at yahoo7.com.au/TV.